Hey, Grunt is here with another Pirate101 recording. Today I have decided to make a back-to-back video, especially since school is out and more people are playing Pirate101. I want to spread the best information I have for Pirate101's new upcoming players. So let's get into the main idea of why exactly you should buy packs and how they can benefit you. Anyways, let's get into the video. To start off with everything, let's get into the idea of what packs you should buy first. So I've decided to start off with the Tribal Crew pack. Although you get these amazing mounts, or not amazing, I'm being a little over exaggerated. Anyways, you get these Aztecosaur companions, you get mounts which can benefit you because they're permanent mounts and you can always use them throughout the game. Gear, weapons, pirate stuff to sell for gold, housing items, pets, and training tomes. That's really about it. So you could see one of the companions, they're not bad. You can see the buck, you can see the mounts, so like they're pretty like Azteca kind of Inca theme. There's the buckler, privy, and musket companions. So the main idea I want to give for this pack and why you should buy it is because the fact is getting these items from the pack, especially higher level items, can benefit you. Probably the best gear, I should say, that you should get. It doesn't really show it. There's totems also. I forgot to show you guys that. But let me go on my other character real quick. So my Buccaneer has, for example, gear that you should get, especially on Buccaneer, if you ever want to grind. Backton Tusk gear, like the whole Backton set is really good for Buccaneers, especially since it has a lot of strength, a lot of base armor, and it gives weapon power. See, like I have 433 weapon power. That's a really extreme amount, and it's a very helpful build, especially even though you lose all these powers and stuff. I do a lot of damage, like hitting like pretty easily for the most part. That's why I really bought that pack. I mean, I bought it for the companions, but the companions, you could just use them if you want. Me personally wouldn't ever do that, so and hold up, let me show you my musketeer too, because especially since my musketeer has one of the hats, especially it's useful for a will build. So the feathers of Inkle, you could use that, or you could use the Samurai hat. I won't really get into gear as much, like meaning explaining all what gear I use, because that's gonna be set for another video in the bright future. But yeah, this is like the hat that pretty much I use from my musketeer, and it's very useful, especially since it changes from agility to will. And if you're with witch doctors, privateers that are going full will, this will be helpful for you because you will get the will buffs and you do all the will damage more, especially all the epics that are will based, like Readied Spell. You'll do more damage with Readied Spell, or probably Mojo Rising, like all the will stuff, Witch Hunter, etc. That's pretty much what I think about the tribal pack. Only get it for the gear, but you have to wait until you're max level, I suggest. If you want to get mounts quick, open this pack, because you're guaranteed a mount probably within like 1 to 4 packs, I feel. That's just my luck, but you should open this pack, especially for mounts and gear. That's really what I feel. Next, we're going to go with the Ashes Armada pack. This pack is probably by far your best gear, such as weapons pack. Especially, a lot of people use the weapons in the game. They give really good companions. Besides the Haywire Marine, I don't really choose him as a great companion. I would use your Dragoon, I would use the Angel, and I would use the Musketeer. These three are really good companions that if you get one early game, it will help you and benefit you later game, and especially during midst of the battles. If you lose one of your main guys and if you have one of these guys as your backup, it will help. But that's not really like what I'm trying to explain about for that. The weapons are pretty good. They give epics, which are really benefit to you. Swords of Valor, I mean, it's okay. Staffy Slashy, you're not really going to use these unless you go a Staffy Slashy build. You could use these early game, like these for benefits for you early game. Not these two. These two you won't really use it early game. These will use early game. You're gonna have to use this for your Buccaneer once you get max level. It will be really good. For example, I'll show you back on my Buccaneer again. My Buccaneer's using the Craven Blade. Craven Blade's really good, especially gives Blade Storm. And for the build, having Blade Storm 5 will just benefit you so much, and that's why I have that weapon. There is a free one. I think it's the Swords of Talos. It's level 60, but it's way less damage, I think. I think it's like maybe 180, maybe 200, but it's not worth it. I suggest you get the Craven Blade once you're level 70. Anyways, let's go back. Let's go into the range of magic weapons. Darkmoor's Death Spear and Orb of Nefarious Death. These are your top two. You're not going to use this unless you are a level 10 Witch Doctor. There's a better wand at level 15, but I won't like get into that because that's going to be set for another video of the guide. So Orb of Nefarious Death and Death Spear, they are really good. I'll show you it on my my Musketeer. Where is he? There he is. Deadeye Charles Bowman. So for example, I have the double tap Orb of Nefarious Death right now. As I go into my talents, you get double tap 5, and double tap 5 benefits you a significant amount. It's like Blade Storm 5, it just does that crazy amount of damage every time it does a double tap and increases your damage pretty much. You could also go, what is it? Overwatch 5. Overwatch 5 is good because for one, it lowers your accuracy 50%, but also pushes you back. And that's like another weapon that's really good, especially late game and during the mix of the game, especially if you're using a Musketeer, and like early game especially. They're both really good weapons, I'm just gonna say. Mainly you should use both of these for hybrid, in my opinion, but depending on what you feel, it doesn't matter. Won't really get strictly into that, but those are probably the main things for Ashes Armada. There's housing items. You're not really going to use that, but your go-to is these three companions, these two weapons, and the Craven Blade. You could get the other weapons, believe me, they're going to be good early game, but you're not really going to use that like as a late game. Anyways, let's get into our next pack. The Grizzly Beast Boost Pack Companions. Yeah, it has a really good companion. Bar is probably going to be your best go-to. Cord is also a decent. Um, this guy, Tor, out of her or something, out of her. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's okay. He's probably just strictly a step down from Bar, but mainly Bar is going to be your main companion. If you get any others like your and Gord, they're good, but mainly I'm just going to say Bar's your best go-to. And they all have summoning things, so each of them summons a animal in the fight, which can also help you because it's based on their level. The cosmetics you can have for Stitch, energy gear that could benefit you for pet training and stuff. A beast banner, that's mainly if you have all actual animal companions with Carcarius's buff, but that's for Witch Doctor, but I really don't think you're gonna really use this. They have pets, but the main thing is they give a lot of pet snacks. You can't really see on the website where it says pet snacks. Oh, it just says like various gear and higher experience snacks. That is really important, especially during double XP, because double XP just brings all pet snacks 2 times the amount, or yeah, 2 times the amount, and it's so good, especially if you're working on a really good pedigree pet or just a pet itself trying to level it up to train. That is important, especially like later games. So let me show you some of like my pets from a swashbuckler, for example. So pretty much these are all the pets that I have that were from because of those pet snacks and such. You could also train with your companions, for example, pet wrangling, but you're not going to get those epic pet snacks or mega pet snacks like that. Let's see if I can find it. Like, these are like the pet snacks you get from just pet train with your companions. Like, this is probably one of the pet snacks that you get from the Grizzly booster pack. My privateer has a couple. I'll show you, for example. Give me a moment. Alright, so where is it? There we go. So, like, for example, this, like, 56 XP, and you get all of those benefits. Like, that's really good, especially for double pet XP. And it will benefit you like a significant amount. Trying to think what else. It's just very important to just have these pet snacks, especially during double pet XP, because it will help you a lot, bro. That's like one really important thing to go for. That's pretty much what I have for the Grizzly booster pack. Like, it's not really the greatest besides just having the pet snacks and the companion. I say the Ashes and Tribal are going to be your best bet for gear, but this will be your best bet for pet snacks because they're really good. We're going to go with our final pack, the Pirate Nightmare pack. I can't really say much about this. The companions are really bad. You're not going to use these guys ever. I have one of them. I have the Charged Shaman Witch. He's not even that good. The gear, it got nerfed, the Blazing Berm. You could always use these, but they're not really gonna benefit you that well. Excuse me. They're not that good. The gear, you could sell the gear. The main thing is you could get a mount and you could get pets, but mainly all that and a Buddha. It basically maxes out your gold if you have 0 gold. It gets you to the max limit of gold. And the reason why I talked about this pack was because not only this, but they give a significant amount of like gear and like trash things that give you a lot of gold. And if you don't feel like farming or grinding like high level bosses or bosses that give a crap ton of gold, this will be your go-to if you wanted to spend money. Overall, that's pretty much what I was gonna say. I don't think I have all that in Armada on any of my guys at the moment, but probably in the future I will. But that's about it for this pack. Those were all the packs and all my opinions on it. And overall, should you buy a pack? It's really up to you. You don't have to. It's just a preference if you want. I feel you should. There's benefits from my explanations. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to agree with me. But that's really what I feel about it. And if you don't agree, that is fine. But this was just a video just for the newcomers and people that are just coming back from Pirate after years, since they don't really update that much. But that's what I feel overall. If you guys have any ideas or anything about this video or any ideas of a new video, comment down below. I want to thank you guys for coming along and watching this video. Anyways, I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.